Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Monday Coffee with Appfire. In this episode, we will talk about Code Campfire series, early access programs. The first one is the priorities per Jira project, and the other one, assets in Confluence Cloud. Then we will have a look at the new feature, Jira Smart Chips for Google Docs. Then we will have a look at the weekly events roundup. Before we go to the article of the week, there is a configuration management for Forge topic, and finally the article of the week, how to excel at async communication. Hi again, everyone. We are your hosts, Nikki and Biro from Appfire. Appfire helps teams collaborate more effectively with the apps that make work flow. A lot on our plate today. Should we start with the first topic?
Is it me?
Yes, it's you.
Okay, hi everyone. I didn't get to say a word until now because Nikki's talking too much. But let me tell you about Code Camp series because we have episode 2 now. Code Camp is a series spotlighting developer journeys. This episode features Nar Kumar, once a Pune University business student who transitions into a prominent Atlassian marketplace app developer. Initially inspired by a travel website idea, Nar's software passion led him into identifying and addressing functionality gaps in Atlassian's Confluence. Despite initial setbacks, Nar's persistence resulted in 12 apps on the marketplace, including the popular issue templates for Jira. Nar emphasizes the significance of marketing and credits the marketplace for his entrepreneurial success. Very good article if you're a new developer or a new marketplace partner, vendor. They should give you inspiration and motivation.
Marketing is something you figure out along the way once you need it. You always think you don't need it, and then you need it.
Yes.
True. Well, let's go to the updates about Atlassian products because there's quite a few early access programs that you are definitely going to be interested about. Atlassian is introducing the ability for admins to set a unique priority schemes for different projects in Jira, making managing projects even more flexible. With this feature, admins can customize, edit, or delete priority schemes and control them in Jira settings. So if you're a Jira admin, don't miss the opportunity to be amongst the first ones to try. You can join the EAP in the community post. There's already a lot of very, very excited comments on this community post, so I assume it was very highly anticipated feature. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Atlassian partnered with Google Workspace to bring you Jira Smart Chips in Google Docs. So instead of seeing long URLs when you paste a Jira link into the docs, you will now see a summary with the issue name, number, status, priority, and more. So it's basically like a Smart Links feature, but tailored for Google Docs. This makes referencing Jira issues in Google Docs seamless and helps users stay more focused without switching the tools. So to start, you can install Smart Chip add-on from the Google Workspace Marketplace and you can give it a try. If you have any feedback, just comment on the community post.
Chips.
I knew that it's good.
Why would they go around calling it Smart Chips when I'm hungry right now?
Yeah, I'm not that familiar with the Google terminology, but maybe they call them like these highlights chips from the URLs. I'm not sure. This is not a fact. Please don't take this for granted to do research. But there is another early access program I wanted to tell you about. This one is focusing on inserting your assets for Jira Service Management right into Confluence Cloud. So with this feature, managing and viewing your assets objects becomes much easier as you can present them as tables in Confluence. This is really handy for the tracking and analysis of the assets. So if you're a Jira Service Management premium user or enterprise customer, you're invited to test this feature, so sign up now via the community post.
Look at Peanut, she's interested in early access programs. Whoa, so many early access programs, APs this week. So
She would sign up if she could.
She would sign up. I think she's sleepy, but we're bothering with shenanigans.
Definitely. Well, let's go to the events.
Yeah, before we get into this week's events, I want to highlight this webinar from our friends at Yodokus. In this free live webinar focused on enhancing customer service management, experts Jan from Yodokus and Charlotte from Elements will delve into the use of Atlassian Jira Cloud for efficient support and workflow processes. They'll highlight its importance in building strong customer relationships and boosting satisfaction. It's happening this Wednesday at 10 a.m. British summertime, whatever that might be in other locations, but it's a digital webinar, so you can join from anywhere. So don't miss out. And then, right, in our other events, this week we start with Atlassian running a webinar in Japanese. This Wednesday, the webinar focuses on the features and applications of Jira Work Management, highlighting its optimization for business sectors, workflow efficiency, and visibility. It will discuss specific utilization cases, especially within marketing teams, workflow customization, and upcoming features. As for partner organized events, a couple of notable mentions this week. Coffee and Tea, this is a virtual experience and Atlassian Q&A session on 30th. Join Moser Consulting for a unique virtual event on mastering coffee and tea. Learn about Jira and Atlassian while sipping on expertly brewed beverages. First 35 signups receive a special coffee and tea essentials box. And then the second one, it's a webinar, Agile Onboarding with JSM on Thursday. Computas presents a live webinar on Agile Onboarding with Jira Service Management. Discover how to customize the onboarding process to individual needs and ensure tasks are executed efficiently. And then moving on to the last segment, which is ACE events. First mentioned, there are quite a few ACE events, but we'll mention just a couple. First one is a fireside chat with Justine Davis. This is on Phoenix ACE on Wednesday. Join Justine Davis, VP of Product Marketing at Atlassian, for an insightful evening with the Phoenix ACE group. Expect candid discussions based on community questions, all complemented by barbecue from Robert Wen. Platform Engineering. This is a Sydney meetup on August 31st. Sydney's debut Platform Engineering meetup awaits at Atlassian's office, ideal to software tool providers and those keen on enhancing developer experience. Features 2 speakers, networking, pizza, and drinks. And that is it for this week's events. Navigate to Goosely
to find out more.
Yeah, find out more.
I really got inspired by the coffee and tea event. That sounds really interesting.
Well, you should join. Register now. Quickly. You're probably, if they are very successful with this, you might have not met the 35 people first.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, if there are still spaces, don't forget to register. Sounds really
There will
interesting.
still be spaces, but the first ones, the first few will get the tea and coffee box.
Oh, interesting.
Go register.
Okay, so before we go to the article of the week, we have a forward update.
Yes, we actually have an article, configuration management for dev environment. I really recommend this article from Jan Buchanan. He rebuilds one of his development environments every month, a practice that he adopted a decade ago. This process allows him to sharpen his configuration management skills, ensuring consistency and resilience across his multiple development machines. Jan's guide should help users transition smoothly to Forge, so do check out the article and learn from him a thing or two about environment management.
Interesting. Well, I'm gonna
Every single month, he rebuilds his...
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but how much time does that take,
I don't know. He might have had it really optimized, so it might not be that much. But the point is that you keep your skills sharp on configuration management if you practice it every single month, right? Because I remember back in the days when I used to manage environments and stuff, and if it was half a year where I didn't have to touch anything, coming back to it, I would scratch my head. Like,
Yeah, you wouldn't know. Yeah, and then if
what
something...
did I do here?
Yeah, and if something happens, you don't even know like where to
It's
look
like
anymore,
you
right?
can't really, you're not really that good friends with your ex-self, right? With
True.
yourself from 6 months ago and so on, especially when it comes to code. We all know when we open up a file that wasn't open in a long time and you look at it and I'm like, what was I thinking writing this?
But that's the part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
You
Anyways, check
you
it
can't
out.
be rebuilding everything all the time, but this is definitely interesting and worth reading. I have the article of the week now. So in this article of the week, we took it from the Atlassian blog. We will deep dive into asynchronous communication for distributed teams. So when you think about it, more distance isn't a real challenge, but what is the challenge is the outdated face-to-face practices that we are stuck with. So it's just about the time that we evaluate our meeting norms, like for example, the overused Zoom calls that 76% of us find distracting anyways. So we can, for example, consider brainstorming that might just be more inclusive and effective when it's run asynchronously if you're using the right tools. However, it's not really recommended to ditch face-to-face conversations entirely because it's a key for building trust and relationships. So if you're interested in this topic, check the article. There are some tools, tips, and tricks how you can navigate this particular topic of asynchronous communications with teams.
Yeah, I still like my Zoom calls.
But you never run the poll on if everyone wants to have them.
No, I did so many times. The idea is also you have to adapt to how individuals like to communicate as well. When you think about team meetings, yeah, you adopt a variety of approaches and whatever is less fatigue inducing when it comes to communication. But it's also on an individual basis, right? So, with some you might go on a call, with some you might record the voice memo, with some you might type. It really depends. Yeah. We all have our own style. I love face-to-face.
Well, have a look at the article. It actually mentions that face-to-face conversations are very important and effective on one-on-one or like a few people level. But if you need to, get more people updated, like for example, status update meetings where you catch up every 2 weeks, maybe that can be run differently if you have the right tools for that and people keep on updating the status in these tools, aka Atlas, for example.
Right.
Okay,
really good article.
That's about it for this week. Do we have anything else?
No.
Okay, so let's close it off. Thank you so much for watching Monday Coffee with Appfire. I hope that you enjoy the latest and greatest from the Atlassian ecosystem and universe. And we will see you in the next episode next week.
Next week, yes. See you later, alligator.
See you in a while, crocodile.